An evidence packet is a collection of records that show compliance with the scheme to the regulator. We need it to be up to date, accurate and easy to understand. There's no set format for the evidence pack to be in. We have a number of templates on our guidance. We don't specifically request that the evidence pack is kept either in a hard copy or electronic. It can also be a mixture of both. However, when we do begin compliance audits, we may be asking for part or all of the evidence pack. And it may be more easy to look at if it's electronic and we request it by email. There are templates for how an evidence pack should be structured on our website. Again, it doesn't have to be structured in that way, but this could work as a useful starting point for participants if they're unsure. All participants have to have an evidence pack. Some organisations may have group or general CCA exemptions which in effect take them out of the CRC scheme. However, they still need to keep an evidence pack, albeit with less detail than that of a full non-exempt participant. There are three main parts to the evidence pack. These are made up of the organisational structure records, the supply data records and any change or special event records. Now, the organisational structure records, they refer mainly to how the organisation is set up in terms of the CRC, not overall legal status. So what we're looking at there is who is the highest parent of the group, any SGUs that fall under that same tree, and how they all fit together. We also look for the supply figures and emissions of each organisation within the structure. Also in this section, we're asking for information on the primary and secondary contacts and the senior officer and what roles they have within the CRC registration. For the supply data records, this is where the numbers are coming from that you put together for your registration. Now in there we'd be looking for information on half-hourly meter supply, whether you have any residual supply, whether there's any CCA data that needs to go in, details of supplier invoices and things like that. Then finally, the change or special events, that relates to whether there's any additions to the company structure, whether you've had any meter failures or whether there's been any change of energy suppliers over the course of the year you're reporting on. In addition to that, the evidence pack itself does have to be audited to verify that the data in there is accurate. So we ask that in there you're putting evidence again of when it has been audited and how that's been done. We also see the evidence pack as a useful place to hold any correspondence between the regulator and the participant or any other sort of supplier correspondence as well. First example of a special event could be a meter failure which wipes out quite a large section of your energy supply. In there we'd want detail of when this happened, the length of time the meter was down for. Alternatively, there could be an acquisition of an additional SGU or perhaps a sale at the same time, which would perhaps skew the supply figures again. So again, detail the information of that sale or acquisition. If the participant's looking to improve their position in the performance league table, they may wish to do this via one of the metrics. For example, the early action metric, which takes into account any steps a participant has made either during or before the start of phase one. This metric in particular takes into account any carbon trust standard or other scheme equivalent certification and percentage of automatic meter reading meters that they may have installed. We'd ask that also in the evidence pack there's detail showing how this is met.